Ni hao, Chinese divers.
在刚刚结束的 CMAS 自由潜水世锦赛中，来自克罗地亚的选手 Petar Klovar 以132米横中攀绳的成绩，成为了目前为止能够依靠无器械下潜最深的运动员，成功的打破了 CMAS 世界纪录，一举超过了之前一直保持纪录的 Alexei Mochinov。
We have a new world record. Congrats, Petar Klovar. We have a new senior men's world record for Croatia, for Petar, in the free immersion discipline. This is the deepest ever dive in a competition in freediving, 132 meters. His dive time was almost exactly on point, 1 second over.
我们今天也很荣幸的邀请到他做一期关于他在比赛中使用到的技术的分享。Good morning, Petar. It's my pleasure to have you here today. And firstly, I just want to say congratulations on your result from CMAS World Championship in both free immersion and no fin discipline. Those were absolutely extraordinary dives. I'm so honored to have the chance to have an interview with you. And so, how's your feeling? How's your feeling after coming back from Turkey?
Yeah, before everything, thank you for having me. It's nice to speak with you. Yeah, the overall feeling is really great. So I did everything I wanted to do, everything I trained for all the year. So for me, it could not get any more better. 2 dives, 2 world records. I'm super happy.
自由潜水多少年啦？
So I'm in competitive freediving around 5 years.
5 years. Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. And as soon as I start to freedive, I start to compete.
Yeah. So and the second question is from the Jordy's commentary. She mentioned you were a lifeguard before you started your freediving career. What made you change from a lifeguard and to start a freediving?
Yeah, so decision to start freediving, I didn't do it overnight. So I was doing as a lifeguard, and I did some work as a personal coach in one gym. And when I started to dive even more and more, over time, I decided to, in one moment, like to switch all the way to freediving. But it was hard decision. It was not easy. I was thinking about it for like 2 or 3 years, and I was putting more and more effort into freediving and trying to some base to start off, not just like switch it and I don't know what to do. So I was trying to freediving. I did it. I became instructor in all that time, and so the transition was not that hard.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just curious about what's your lung capacity at the moment?
It's probably so vital is around 8.5 liters. So the total is probably around 10.5 liters.
Yeah, very strong.
33米漏气的失误对心态的影响。
From your free immersion, you had air lift. Once you start your free fall at 33 meters, I reckon. So what's your mindset? Have your mindset changed because that's a kind of mistake you made?
So like when we do training or dry training like visualization, so you always think about it. The dive, you think about it, it's perfect. It's always everything is in a way as it should be. So if something like this happens in the dive, you are not stressing too much about it. There is one like a problem I having sometimes with equalization, in a way that when I'm filling mouthfeel, sometimes air can leak. If I like overfill it, the air can leak out when I do my first equalization. It's nothing I worry too much about it because before it was happening all the time, so I get used to it. Now it happens like really rare. It usually happens in a really big dives where I'm like where I'm nervous. So yeah, but I don't have problem with it. If I get a leak, I just refill it again, and I continue my dive.
在下潜过程中的策略和技术都是如何分配使用的？
Noticed you still have a big chunk of air after you're going under 100. What kind of technique you using during the competition?
So around until 2025, I use just normal Frenzel. I usually like take full mouthfeel at around 25, and then I like refill it a little bit on 35 and 40.
Yep.
And then in the depth, if I see around 60, 65, I do some small reverse packs. If I see that I'm doing some super deep dive like this, then I want to be sure that I'll have it under 100 meters. So I do just small like reverse packs on 60, and that's it more or less. I don't need any more. I don't have like, I have alarm on 60, but I don't do it like precisely. Yeah, and after that I'm just like focusing to move air, to equalize, relax 100, 110 probably. And then I go to Frenzel because I don't have too much air then in my cheeks. And yeah, that's it more or less. My ears are not like super soft. Like there are free divers who can equalize just by using small amount of force. I need to use a little more, so I need to shift the air back and forth to equalize. That's why I have such a big movement.
是否使用的是前口腔存气配合舌锁进行间断式耳压的技术？
Very periodical equalizing. Yeah. I'm not doing constant pressure.
为什么选择使用腰配？11的厚度是多少？
The suit I'm wearing is always 1.5 in competition. Only it's super cold, but I'm usually wearing 1.5.
Yeah.
And the weight belt, I did try this year for free immersion to use neck weight.
Yeah.
And I didn't see too much difference in speed for me. So I rather put it on belt. So when I have it on belt, I don't have any weight on my neck, which is for me like it's good that I don't have anything on my neck if I don't need to. The weight belt, I don't even feel it. I just go, like I don't care too much.
如何保持自由落体的下降效率如此高效？
Regarding free fall, it's nothing than training free fall. So because I come from swimming, I didn't have too much trouble with free fall. But if you look at the tapes of the 2019 competition, then you will see that I had a lot of problem with free falling.
让我们回放一下世界冠军曾经的 free fall。
And now free falling at 28 meters on his way down to 73. Turning around the cable, turning around the rope. Is it going to be okay?
游泳游了多少年？
Yeah, I was swimming for 10 years, 12 years as I was a kid.
你觉得你的游泳背景对自由潜有帮助吗？
Yeah, I agree. It's much easier to do because you don't need to put so much attention to technique, which is really important. The swimmers already have that, so it's much easier for them to when you don't need to do.
今年在 Bogas 自由潜水泳池世锦赛，你也获得了冠军。现在看来感受如何？
Yeah, I got a gold medal. I had a little bit of luck because divers who were diving more than I did that day, and they got one got red card, one got yellow card. So, and it was 250-meter dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was like really good dive. I was super happy because I didn't train too much for the full season, so I was super happy.
如何去平衡生活、工作和训练？
Now I put all of my time in freediving, so everything I do, we have online coaching, and I do that, but most of the time is I devoted it to freediving, so training, pool, depth. In my case, I usually do the pool training. So I'm doing pool training, I'm doing dry training, and I don't do too much of sea, especially now in Croatia. It's not winter, it's cold, and we are not going to the sea. So I'm just training like pool and gym, and I'm trying to get in the best shape I can. So when I come to the sea, I only need to accommodate to depth. I don't need to do anything else. I just do deep dives. It's not I'm going to do, I don't know, 10 times 50 because I don't know, to do bifins for my legs or something like that. I don't care about it. I just want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's my only goal. Because everything else is I already trained it for before and I'm good.
膝盖弯曲对效率影响怎么样？包括泳池滑行。
Okay, so for the depth, I think it's good to have like bended knees a little bit. It's then easier to find the position to move your feet around for better free fall. But saying that, I don't mean that you have like completely bent knees. So in some like halfway, somewhere in between, you cannot be too relaxed so that your knee is completely bent. But I don't see the point that you'll probably get something on your speed, but you will lose it on your relaxation.
Yep.
And for the pool, yeah, I think it's better to have like straightened knees, but it all depends again on how relaxed you are. If that is spending too much energy and you are too stressed, it's better than to relax. Then it's always good to be somewhere in the middle.
自由潜水中通常认为瘦一点的运动员肌肉不会过度耗氧，通常会取得较好的成绩，比如 Matt Molina。但近几年大肌肉的选手陆续取得了很可喜的成绩。你觉得什么样的肌肉最适合潜水？
I like same thing as before. I think it's good to be somewhere in between. So when I started freediving, I was doing a lot of gym, and I had like, I don't know, 10 kilos more than now, 15. And as I started freediving, I was trying to keep my strength and to go in the gym and to freedive. And over time, I realized that I'm losing like extra weight. And so I think the truth is somewhere in between, and the future of freediving will probably go in a way that you will need to do hard gym, but the goal is not to be bigger. The goal is to be stronger and more durable. And of course, at the end, it depends a lot of genetics and about the person. So some people are diving slower and not spending so much energy, so they have long dive times. And some people are diving stronger with shortest dive time. So I'm probably in the second category, but I see now the longer I dive that I'm realizing that I need long apnea and I need to be strong. So at the end, you need to train everything together, and that is the goal. So the people who are not lifting weights in freediving, I think in the next 5 to 10 years, they will start to lift more weights. And the people who think that they can do everything on like dynamic, they will realize, okay, it's not only that, they need to do more apnea training, and it will everything will balance.
有 OT 过吗？对 OT 的建议。
No, I think not. The older I get, I'm putting more care into it, like not to overtrain I listen to my body. I know when it's too much, and then I stop, rest. It's not a problem for me. I know when it's too much. Yeah, it's important to like I give that advice to a lot of people because they are working and training and doing so many things. It's important that you rest. It's as important as training. So to do training when you are dead, at the end it can only like make more damage than good. So it's good to rest. It's good to feel good, not to feel like you're completely wasted all the time. Yeah, that's really important part. It's not a goal every day. Everything is in a balance. If you do too much training, your body will just snap somewhere. It needs to. It needs to get that energy back, and if you overspend it, of course you cannot get it back.
来自坤坤的问题：如何突破低氧瓶颈？静态6分钟，慢前4分钟，已经极限了。LMC 那种练了很长时间，一直是这个极限，有什么办法突破？
Like the logical answer would be to do hypoxic training, but I don't know what he's doing. I would need to see what he's doing and to know why he's not getting better. I presume he's doing something which is not helping him. That's only logical. We have online coaching. Whoever is interested, let us know. We will send you. If I say now everything, I think it's too much information for people who are not interested, but who want to tell them everything.
Thank you for coming today, and thank you so much, and get a better result and safe dive. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. 希望大家多点赞、转发和关注，你们的支持就是我们创作视频的最大动力。